The only thing useless in the meaningless college football bowl game that started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday is another podcast. And we have another episode of the Let's Not Do This podcast. You got the big O, Leon Oliver, sitting alongside Scotty Too Hottie. It is 7:30 p.m. in the East, year of our Lord 2025, December the 17th. We are just over a week from Christmas. Chris is not here. He continues the streak of missing shows. He's got to get that Christmas money. Last week he was picking up roadkill. This week, I think he's being a lot lizard. Look that up, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know what that is. I didn't know those still existed. Don't know if he's making a lot of money,
So
but kudos to you, Chris.
you had to call him something else other than lizard. That's
Yeah.
a lot of lizard.
That gives Lizard Lick Toe in a whole different meaning there with him out there. But yes, hopefully he's making some pennies and some nickels to rub together to put in somebody's stocking there. Have you got your Christmas shopping done?
No, I'm probably halfway done. So I'm actually going to have to go out at some point.
You're a
I
last
usually do all
minute
my
guy,
stuff
aren't
on
you?
Amazon. Well, no, I usually have Amazon do like 90% of my shopping on there
Okay.
online or Amazon, and I might go out once. But yeah, I am kind of busy at work, so haven't had the chance to do that. So I'm actually going to have to go out and brave the idiots a little bit this year.
These holidays always sneak up on me. Like I have no idea. I knew like Christmas is coming. I just didn't realize like, oh yeah, we're like pretty much here. I haven't bought anything for anyone except for my wife and I have a thing where we pick out the angel tree kid every year. We took care of that kid earlier. And I always take care of Mike's kids, our buddy Mike from the Bad Weather Fans podcast. Love his kids, dear friend of ours. So I always, make sure to get stuff for his kids. That's about it. But somehow in my mind, it didn't translate to, oh yeah, your wife, your parents, anyone like that. And didn't think about it. Everybody will just get a bunch of IOUs from me, or maybe some of that roadkill that Chris picked up last week. I can get him the stuff, some
There you go.
taxidermy deer or
Good.
something like that. Nothing says the holidays like a taxidermy deer that got hit by a semi truck on the side of 288.
Just a bunch of gift cards. Go to Kroger. They always have like a shelf of gift cards.
Yeah, you can never go wrong with that. Or what you can do is give them a subscription to this podcast. And guess what? It's free. That's the gift that keeps on giving. Go ahead and click that like and subscribe button down there. You can go ahead and get signed up. In fact, when you're at home this holiday season, and you trust me, if it's anything like my family, when you go home, everyone's got some sort of electronic device that they want you because they've donned you to be the tech wizard in the house. They want you to take care of. So when you go and hop on mom or Aunt Sally or Grandma Tina's electronic device, just go ahead and click the like and subscribe button. They they don't even have to watch. We prefer if they do, but just go ahead and like and subscribe them to this show. We would definitely appreciate it. All right, Scotty, we got some picks coming to you this evening. Of course, our big show Saturday coming up at I almost said noon, 9 a.m. for the Doing Lines podcast. We'll have everything for college football playoff. Also, what is it, week 15, 16, or whatever, the National Football League. We got our first Saturday NFL games coming up this week. That's going to throw some people off in fantasy football, always does. So we'll have picks for that. But of course, this week we got Thursday night football as we always do, and we have a college football playoff game on Friday night. So let's dance with the devil in the pale moonlight and get our picks for this week. These picks brought to you by absolutely no one. You can sponsor it by sending us the email to info at let's not do this podcast.com. That's info at let's not do this podcast.com and help you, help us, help you, help us. Look at Scotty. He needs us to help him. We need to make more money for the show. We need to get him a nice Jaden Daniels fat head to put on that wall there behind him and remind him of healthier times when his quarterback had a functioning arm or knee or whatever is wrong with him this week.
Yeah, shouldn't even been playing. Why bring him back? Now they're like, okay, we're actually going to sit him for the rest of the season. This year is just off. Something's not right. He's been banged up. The team sucks. Yeah, rest him. No reason to play him. bring them back next year, get some more players, get the top pass rusher in the draft. Let's see what we got next year.
You know, I want to get you for Christmas. What's that guy from the Sports Junkies? Is JP John Paul Flame? He wrote that book, Faith Restored or whatever, talking about like how Washington's franchise has like turned itself around after like one season. The book I think just came out. Yeah, that's great timing on that. I'm going to get you that, Sky, so you can remember that one good season that you had.
I don't think we're going to be this bad next year. Yeah, just a bunch of injuries. Half the defense, receivers been banged up all year. Nick Lauren came back; he's doing pretty well already. Yeah, I think we'll be better next year. It's not like the RG3 year where Dan Snyder was still in town and all that turmoil and nonsense going on. Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't know if we're going back to a NFC title game anytime soon, but yeah, I think we'll be playoff contenders at least next year. Who
Well,
knows?
you talked about playoff contenders, couple contenders this year for the NFC Championship, squaring off Thursday night at Lumen Field, formerly CenturyLink Field, there in Seattle. You got the 11-3 Rams coming north to take on the 11-3 Seahawks. LA laying the point and a half. Total set at 42.5, 8:15 on Prime Video. Seattle wearing their rivalries uniform. I think that's supposed to be like sound waves or something like that because it's like the loudest stadium in the league, at least they say, on the shoulders, whatever. I'm not quite sure. I actually do like it. Most of these rivalries uniforms, Scotty, I absolutely hate, and I think they're asinine. I actually do like these Seattle uniforms. It's fitting of the city and the color scheme, and I actually do. I actually do like it. But Seattle fans will want to see their offense play a little bit better than they did last week against Indianapolis.
Yeah. Also, when did you get this line? Because it's Seattle's favorite everywhere now.
I got it about 30, 40 minutes ago when I built the graphic. So there we go. How quickly things change.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you might have been looking at something old because Seattle's been the favorites, I think, pretty much all day. Regardless, they're 1 to 1.5 point favorites. Seattle is now. But yeah, Sam Darnold, almost called him Sam Bradford. Sam Darnold, he hasn't been great the last month. I said it last week. Same thing happened again in last week's game. The scores are kind of not telling the story of how bad he's been. He's turning the ball over. Couldn't get in the end zone last week against Phillip Rivers. Almost lost to him if it wasn't for their kicker. Yeah, and if it wasn't for this game being on a Thursday night with the Rams coming off that big win, I'd be all over the Rams. But yeah, just the situation here. The Seahawks at home Thursday night. I'm staying away from the side. I'm gonna go. I don't like the totals either, just because it is a tough division game and it's going to be a lot of wind. I was thinking about under on Matt Stafford passing attempts, but I still might play that. I don't know. But I'm going with just the under here, under 42.5. And also the Rams their plane got delayed. So they're not in Seattle yet.
Weird.
So that could come into effect at some point here. But yeah, two good defenses, two of the top 8 defenses in yards per play. These Thursday night division games tend to be low scoring anyways. Like I said, I don't think Sam Darnold's that guy. I think he's just going to be not that great like he did with Minnesota last year down the stretch. He's a little bit better than the guy we saw with the Jets and when he came into the league. But he's not the guy that was tearing it up at the beginning of this year and the beginning of last year with the Vikings. He is who he is. And the last time they played, he turned the ball over 4 times. I don't necessarily see that happening, but we're going to have wind gusts of up to almost 30 miles an hour and a steady wind of, I think, 18 miles an hour. It's supposed to rain, but rain and snow doesn't really matter when it comes to totals. It's the wind you got to look at, and it's going to be very windy. Sam Darnold, not that good. Devontae Adams is out. The Rams offense might get it off to a slow start with them getting a late, whenever the plane decides to I don't know how they're going to get there. They said they might be looking at other arrangements. I don't know what that means, but yeah. So they could be getting there late. So you might see a slow start from them, and then Seattle's offense. I mean, it's JSN right now going off and saving them every week. It seems like. Yeah, against these two good defenses, division game, give me the under 42.5.
You mentioned the travel issues getting there. I was watching a video the other day about the 1930 World Cup, and apparently all the European teams took a boat over to Uruguay, who was hosting the World Cup. Egypt was supposed to join them. The Egyptian team missed the boat. And they got there another way. I forget how. They stopped in Brazil to pick up the Brazilian team before going to Uruguay because apparently Brazil couldn't find a way to get to Uruguay. But could you imagine this in like today's day and age, teams taking a boat together? Maybe that's what the Rams will have to do. They'll have to get a nice ship, a tall wooden ship, and go up the coast, Pioneer Day style, to the Puget Sound there to invade Seattle. Yeah, you mentioned the under. I hate being on the same side as you on this, but yeah, I'm going with the under. 42 and a half in this game as well. You pretty much, encapsulated it all right there. But, these two teams back in week 11, I think it was like 21-19. So you're looking at a 40-point total there. That was under the closing line. I think a late touchdown is what pushed that to 40 point total there. You mentioned Sam Darnold in the interceptions in that game. The under is hit in, I forget the exact stat, but it's hit in like 3 or 4 of the last 5 meetings between these two teams. You mentioned the cold weather. Seattle's a tough place to play. They play good defense, especially at home. These two teams know each other. They seem to always play each other close. I think this is going to be kind of a grinded out game. You mentioned the Devontae Adams injury as well. I'm a Puka Nakua owner in one fantasy league, so I will play, which I'm playing for the championship for this weekend. So I will be hoping for some Puka success there. But yeah, I think this thing is going to go under the 42 and a half there at Lumen Field.
Playing the championship already?
Yeah, it's our league did not push things back when the expanded things went out. It's my bizarre league, but I like it. So
the weather isn't. Yeah. So we'll probably 43 points. Because this total has come down. It got up to like 46.5, 47.5 at one point. And I guess they saw how windy it was going to be. It's not going to be that cold. It's going to feel a lot colder than what it is, though, because of the wind. But yeah, just that wind, nighttime division game, Thursday night. Give me the under. So 23-20 is probably going to be the score.
Probably so. Seattle's one of those places where like I feel like it never gets like cold, but it's always like it's rainy, it's windy, it's gray. It's just like if you got seasonal depression, maybe Seattle may not be the place for you. Weather wise, I would absolutely love it. I'd be happy as a duck. But yeah, that's a story for another day. So you and I both on the under. I believe Chris, when he texted us earlier, he was
on Seattle.
He's on Seattle
Seattle -1.
Minus the 1.5, -1. You got it at?
Yeah, there's some ones out there. Bet Rivers. Well, just Bet Rivers.
At that point, is it better for him just to go money line?
If there's a money line for,
because I've never understood taking the 1. I've seen people do it, but I mean, like a lot of times the odds are negligible at that point. Like, you're the more
on Rivers, you're getting depends on where you go. So Rivers, which is who has the -1, they're -124 on the money line, but FanDuel is -120 on the money line. That's our limit. So we'll give them money line.
Yeah, give them the money line. There we go. By curiosity, what did FanDuel have the spread for Seattle as?
It must be 1.5. Let's see.
Yeah, it is. I just pulled it up. I was waiting for it to load. So
-102.
Yeah. All right. So perfect. So we'll give him the Seattle -120. Give him money line. And what book was that?
FanDuel.
FanDuel had that. Okay. Perfect. All right. So you and I both on the under, and Chris going with the Seattle money line pick here. All right. Moving on over college football playoff. Rematch of a couple weeks ago, first round game here in Norman, Oklahoma. You got Mr. Mateer and his eighth ranked Oklahoma Sooners. They are 10-2 at home, hosting number 9 Alabama. Ty Simpson's boys 10-3 on the year. Bama point and a half favorite. The total is at 39.5, 8 o'clock Friday night on ABC and ESPN. Of course, Oklahoma got the win in Bryant Denny few weeks ago, took the picture on the field. They had to send the staffer out there to chase the Oklahoma team off the field. Maybe Alabama's feeling a little sour grapes about that, but Kalen DeBoer apparently coming out saying he's going to coach Alabama next year. He's not heading north to Michigan, even though sickos on the Michigan fan boards noticed that his daughter followed the Michigan softball team's account. I just want to put this out here right now. If you're following a coach's daughter to see what she follows online as part of a coaching search, you need to step back from the computer. You have a problem. And I'm not sure. I don't know how old Kalen DeBoer's daughter is. I don't know if she's a grown woman like Lane Kiffin's daughter. It doesn't matter if she's 40 or if she's 4. That's just you don't do. It's just
you always get the losers whenever you have a coach that's struggling or whatever, that these losers online that go out and attack their family, their wife, their kids. It's like, get a life, dude.
I can't imagine.
How could you actually do that? Like, look up somebody's daughter. Well, your dad sucks. Like, really? Like,
but I don't know. It's your dad sucks. I feel like that's bad, but somehow I feel like this is worse. Like to go and look up the daughter and then go and look and see that she followed the Michigan softball. So you're like going through every account that she follows. So it's like, oh, Taylor Swift and I don't know what else girls like, Kate Spade or something. I don't know. And Michigan softball. It's like, what the hell? Sabrina Carpenter, Michigan softball. Like what? There's some sick people in this world, man.
Yeah.
But I digress. Moving on to this game here. Bama making the trip to Norman, taking on Oklahoma. Chris, I guess since you have his pick, I'll let you start off and you can roll into yours.
Yeah, Chris is going Alabama. You can get it at +1.5 at a few books. And that's where I'm going to. Hate to agree with him on college bets, but
wait, you can get Bama plus money right now?
Yeah, +1.5 at Bet MGM, Hard Rock, The Score, DraftKings.
This changed, man. I'm telling you. I checked this earlier. I had Oklahoma minus 1.5.
I don't know. I think you.
I had Bama minus 1.5.
I think you saw pluses and turned them into minuses.
I don't know what I was doing. Okay, let me correct that too. I looked at this like 40 minutes ago. I double checked myself. All right.
Yeah. So initially, I was thinking the under, but that's too low of a total in a college football game. So I'm going Alabama. I actually put a future in on them to win the whole thing with a free bet. I don't really see that happening, but you never know. So I do have a question. Are they playing this first round sooner than they did last year, or am I crazy?
Sooner with the Sooners.
That wasn't even.
I think
because I felt like last year, like it was a big wait, and then you had the first round, and then you had the next week they played the team that had the bye weeks, and they were all rusty and they all lost.
I'm honestly not sure. It feels like, it all blends together at some point. It feels like it's around the same time, but I'm not sure. We'll have to take a look. It makes
sense to play it sooner. You're not giving them the advantage against the team that had the bye weeks. The teams that had the byes last year were at a disadvantage.
Yeah, it makes sense. And, these guys, look, let's face it. I know sometimes they talk about like exam schedule and all this stuff. Let's face it. If FCS can play their entire postseason through this whole time, we can. Let's not have the farce of exam schedules and stuff. Like these guys aren't going to school anyway to go to school.
They want the ratings. That's all they care about. But yeah, I'm going Alabama. They played not too long ago. Oklahoma won at Bama. But that was a 2-point game, and Oklahoma won the turnover battle 3-0. And Alabama's a team that doesn't really turn the ball over, and Oklahoma doesn't really force that many turnovers. So I don't really see Oklahoma winning the turnover margin, if at all, and definitely not by 3. So that enough, I think, would push Alabama because they were probably the better team if you take away the turnovers. in that matchup. And then Mateer has just been okay. I guess he's gotten a little better since coming back from that injury. Neither team can really run the ball, so I don't think the run games are really going to be much of a factor at all in this game. So it's going to come down to the pass game, and I like Ty Simpson better than John Mateer. So yeah, I just think and Bama has a few chips on their shoulder. The revenge angle. They just got blown out by Georgia. A lot of people saying they shouldn't be here. That's always a good thing in any college tournament. You see that in basketball every year. Usually the team that everybody's saying shouldn't have got in usually wins a game or two. So yeah, I can definitely see that happening here. I think Alabama's a better team. Give me Ty Simpson to go in and get it done.
Man, I do not like agreeing with you guys. I didn't make up some ground here, especially in college. But yeah, you can go ahead and take Oklahoma here in this game because
Yeah.
all three of us are on the Alabama side right now. Yeah, I liked Bama when I had the line erroneously at Bama minus a point and a half. But now, especially that I'm getting a point in Norman, yeah, go ahead and give me Alabama plus the point and a half there on the road. Both of these teams play good defenses. You mentioned, Alabama kind of controlled the flow of that last game. It was just it's just the turnovers that including what was the pick six that kept Oklahoma in the game and ultimately won Oklahoma the game. I think they outgained them by like 200 yards, whatever, in that game last month. Alabama's 8-5 against the spread overall this season. They've covered in a lot of high pressure spots. Oklahoma, just 2-1 against the spread as a favorite of less than 3 points. I know they got the home field advantage there, but look, there are some places in this country for college football that are like vaunted, loud, crazy places. Lane Stadium when Virginia Tech is good is one of those places. Auburn is a great place. Florida is a great place. Oklahoma, I'm sorry, I'm not sold on the home field advantage. It's a big stadium. I don't think it gets that loud and raucous and crazy. It's like Michigan. Michigan just puts 100 and some people, 1,000 people in the big house. It's not that intimidating. Bama's been in bigger spots. They go to Tennessee all the time. They go to Florida. This stadium, this crowd, this atmosphere. Bama, you go to Bama to play big games. This isn't going to bother them in the slightest. They got beat last time. They had them celebrate on their field. They're not going to forget that. And every time you want to count out Kalen DeBoer at Alabama so far, he puts that black hoodie of death on, and they come out and show you that they're Alabama. And I think this is going to be one of those games where they come back and show the world that they're Alabama. But they're going to have to get more out of Ryan Williams than what they've gotten, the last couple of games. I definitely think he's a big key to that offense. And what's the running back, whatever his name,
Miller.
Yeah. I know his injury status, his health is kind of up in the air a little bit. They're going to have to be able to run the ball. But between the two quarterbacks right now, I think I give Simpson the edge. But Tier he's been playing a little bit better, as you said, but he hasn't really been that same guy since the injury. And I think you get a hungry, pissed off Alabama team with something to prove. I'm going to put money on that nearly every time. So, yeah, give me Alabama plus the point and a half.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm almost rooting for Alabama. I don't know why. I have no idea why, but it's weird. I'm not used to seeing them as the underdog. But yeah, and I can't bet against them anymore because it never works out.
Yeah, it's something about this group under Kalen DeBoer. Whenever you want to count them out, and people try as you may, it's hard to be the guy to replace the guy. And then people are always looking to denigrate him, and he's not Nick Saban. Bama's coming down, and every time you say, hey, the wheels are coming off. This isn't Nick Saban's Alabama. He does something to show you, hey, we're not going anywhere. And there's a reason that all the noise is around with, hey, is Michigan interested? Was Penn State interested? People of that caliber don't want your coach unless you got a really good coach, and he's a really good coach. I think some people are finally going to start believing in what he's building down there in Tuscaloosa. It's weird. It really is weird to be kind of like rooting for Alabama almost in that spot. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like there's a level of disrespect that is unwarranted for Alabama right now. And I think they're going to show some people that they're Alabama when they go on the road.
Yeah, agreed. So
I wonder
Oklahoma,
what the
Oklahoma
Yeah, if we're all on the same side, yeah, sinking ship there. I wonder what the crowd split's going to be. I mean, because obviously Alabama fans travel, but I mean Oklahoma is big time football. They do pack their stadium, but there's going to be
Oh, it's
some
going to be
yeah,
a
there's going to
lot
be
of
a
Oklahoma. I'm sure there'll be some Bama fans there, but it's got to be. It's going to be pretty crazy, I would think. I know you said it's not. I guess you think it's an overrated environment, which might be
I
the
would say
case,
so.
but still, it's going to. I mean, it's a playoff game. You don't. I don't know how often you're going to get a chance to host a playoff game with the rules the way they are, because you have to be what 5 through 8 to get
I think so,
a home
yeah.
game.
Because otherwise
Um,
you're getting that bye.
right. So yeah, I think Oklahoma fans are going to show up. They have to, but there will be some Bama fans there. But it's going to be an Oklahoma crowd for sure.
It's going to look like an inter squad scrimmage there with those two different shades of crimson. I don't even know if Oklahoma calls it crimson, what their color scheme is, but they ain't that far off from a Pantone standpoint. So, or Pantone, whatever it is. So, yeah, all of us on Bama. So you can go ahead and put your money there on John Mateer in Oklahoma because we got nobody to save the graphic this week, Scotty. Uh, Speaking of graphics, we needed saving from ourselves with our picks. So remember to take these picks with a grain of salt here because college football, you're leading the way right now as we come down the stretch at 42, 36, and 1. Chris is 39, 38, and 2. And I'm bringing up the rear at 34 and 44 and 1. Moving on over to the National Football League. Chris, 37 and 29. I am a 35, 29, and 2. And you are way back there at 28,
Bro,
36, and 2.
I had another really good week. I just keep giving out the wrong picks. Well, I was two and
Hey,
three. So
ball don't
and
lie.
I think my Isaiah likely bet. I think that was I think Vegas made a call or something on that one because Cincinnati has one of the worst defenses against tight ends maybe ever, and likely gets 0 targets. Like didn't even look at him. I didn't even know if he was playing. I had to go check. But yeah, I
Ball don't
digress.
lie. And then overall, Chris somehow leading the way. Which, by the way, we're losing to Chris. I just want to. It's never a good place to be in
Well,
life.
when he's probably flipping a coin, so
Probably is. He's probably axing those dead animals on the side of the road. He's picking
yeah.
up for some picks. There's some kind of voodoo stuff. But he's
The last
76,
2 months, I
60.
think he's been killing it. So yeah, he must have did something, got into some dark arts or something.
He's probably just buying picks on Juice Bet. Um, he
Probably.
is 76, 67, 67, and 2. You are 70, 72, and 3. And I am 69, nice, 73, and 3. So take these with a grain of salt there. Scotty, somebody that's not in a bowl game, but I wanted to bring this up, and I know I didn't have it on the pre show sheet here. Did you see Bill Belichick was at another cheerleading competition for Jordan Hudson?
No, I saw something with him and her, but I just skipped it. I thought this was an old picture.
No, this is from last week at a cheer competition. Which, by the way, first of all, I am not a hairstylist. I am not a fashion person, obviously. Um, this is like 1980s, like teenage girl New Jersey mall hair, right? Like I don't know what that is, but I know women don't wear their hair like that now. Maybe it's a cheer thing. I don't know, but
I would
doesn't this
imagine it's probably a cheer thing. The girl behind her has like a little something going on too.
something? Yeah, but doesn't this look like she's
But
taking a
also
picture with her
her
grandpa?
grand. Yes, I was gonna say that. It looks like her
Yeah,
grand. I would think that was her grandfather if I didn't know better.
it literally. Oh, like Grandpa Roy. He came from 2 states over. He's staying for through Christmas,
Yeah,
and he came to my cheer competition. You put it on Facebook. I love seeing my grandpa. That's what that looks like. That's
with
really
the
disturbing.
tablecloth button-up shirt.
Yes, where his man boobs are like I think poking through or trying to protrude through. And I love that he's wearing the the military veteran hat. Well, I don't think it was a veteran hat, but it's just a ship hat.
Oh,
But
Newport News. All right.
yeah, it's like a hat that you see like the older vets wear. He literally looks like he just left McDonald's at 8 o'clock on a Saturday morning after reading the newspaper with his friends, and then he went to his granddaughter's cheer competition.
Yeah, I'm
He
sure
is
that's how he treated it too.
so bad, so bad. So I'm glad that he's spending his time on worthwhile things like that instead of getting in the transfer portal or anything like that. You do you, Bill. You do you.
Well,
Also,
apparently they've done good in recruiting. I don't know. We'll see.
they did good last year too, didn't they? We'll see. I'm going to go with the Tom Fornelli. Every time that someone gets hired, he always goes, "That's a great hire for them." I have no idea how it'll work out. It's like great
Yeah.
recruiting class for them. I have no idea how it'll work out.
Well, yes, yeah. You can't know in college, especially now.
Oh yeah, the way
'Cause
these guys are getting
yeah,
elevated. Oh, he's a 2-star, and then Penn State starts recruiting him, so all of a sudden he gets bumped to a 4-star.
yeah. It's like if they don't get enough playing time, they're gonna transfer to a lesser school, and if they ball out and feel like they're too good, they're gonna go to a better school. So yeah,
Well,
what a time.
you won't be going to any schools as a recruit if you're eating a lot of these. I don't know if you saw this, but I saw this right before the show. I think it was McDonald's in Thailand, if I remember correctly. They
Oh,
have
jeez.
introduced Scotty what they call party fries.
Nice. I like it.
This is a mega set of fries there. I don't know how many fries are in that, but you think you could eat that?
Yeah,
It
for sure.
is 99 Taiwanese, Thailand baht, which translates to roughly $2.70 American, but it is double XL size fries here. And apparently they are halal. I did see that on the logo. So if you're observing that, you can eat those. But yeah, I don't even want to know how many calories are in it. It's like a whole
I say
bag of potatoes.
we're corrupting other countries with our food now. Usually it's all Americans and their big portions. Now you got Thailand with a bucket of fries, basically.
Those guys are kickboxers. And, I don't think I've ever seen like a fat person from Thailand, but we're going to have some
It's coming. Yeah.
after that. Yeah. You're not going to see any of those guys kickboxing no more.
Might be racist.
What? I'm just saying, like,
I didn't click that.
they're
Oh, you did.
kickboxers. I, if someone says Thailand, I think kickboxing.
That might be racist.
All right. Well, okay. Whatever you want to say. All right. Well, I don't know if this is racist or not, Scotty, but I saw this story. I don't know who did it, but I sent it over to you guys via text earlier. Um, have you ever had it in the mind, or have you ever known of someone to steal a cop car? How does one steal a cop car?
They just have to catch a cop slipping. That's the only way, I would think. You're not just breaking into one and stealing it. You have to like pull it over on the side of the road, like in the city probably, and you just, or if like pull your friend over and you run over and get in it and take it,
Well,
like a Varsity Blues.
oh yeah, what was it?
It would have to
Charlie
be
Tweeter,
some
right?
type of scenario like that. Yeah.
Yeah, Charlie Tweeter. Well, apparently, in Florida, there was a guy who where is it? Actually, no, there was one in Florida, but then here's the story I was looking for from Denver. This courtesy of 98.5 KYGO there in Denver. Naked man stole a cop car and went for a joyride there. If I can get the ads to go away because we don't want ads, and I can bring this up here. Give me just a moment. Oh well, screw it. The Commerce City Police Department, which Commerce City is like an industrial kind of area, like right outside of Denver. Apparently, last Friday night, they got a call, and it was a dude who ran. I don't know where he was coming from, but he had no clothes on, and he hopped into a police car, and apparently he ended up grabbing a piece of cloth or a flag, whatever it was. They had it over his waist when they finally got him, but he stole a cop car. He was charged with third-degree motor vehicle theft, second-degree criminal trespass, and my favorite, driving without a license. Now here's my thing. He might have had a license. He just had nowhere to put it on him. Like if he did have one, where was he going to put it? I know of one place, and you don't want to get it out of there. So I'm just saying,
Prison wallet.
yeah, the old prison wallet there. But yeah, naked man stealing a cop car. Do you even want that car back? Do you like burn that car? Like what was that movie? Super bad. when they torch the
Yeah,
cop
I'm sure
cars.
they gotta spray all kinds of chemicals on it.
Oh, that is
But hey, don't let a naked man steal your cop car.
oh, that is heinous. He really should have rode around like Charlie Tweeter. But I think they caught him not too long after that. Unfortunately, he didn't have it. What's that strip club in Denver? Everyone goes to. I think it's called Shotgun Willie's or Rick's Cabaret or something like that. Yeah, he didn't have a chance to stop by there, pick up any dancers, and ride around with naked chicks like Charlie Tweeter. But hey, I'm sure that he's getting lots of company right now as he's in the Denver City Jail. I'm sure. Hopefully, they'll give him some clothes.
I'm sure they have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
didn't
Well,
arrive that way though. So
speaking of giving someone clothes, adoption is a great thing. There's lots of boys and girls and stuff out there that need families this time of year, loving families, and we definitely do support that on this show. But Scotty, I've never heard of a fighter adopting the person that they're about to fight, adopting their kid. Now, this comes to us from Barstool Sports. Wallow and Gilly. Are you familiar with Wallow and Gilly?
I know who Gilly is. I don't know who Wallow is.
Yeah, well, they got that podcast, $1 million worth of game, which I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't even know they were still with Barstool. I haven't seen them in forever. Obviously, two guys big in the hip hop community out of Philadelphia there. Barstool's got their rough and rowdy boxing thing that may have gone the way of the dodo, but Wallow and Gilly have started now doing their own like boxing thing, I guess. And they were having their pre-fight, press conference as they always do. The guys do their weigh in and size up and talk smack to each other and stuff. And well, I'll let these guys take it away here as to what happened. If we can see my screen here, can we see my X? There we go. And
Yeah.
let's take a look here. Apparently, this gentleman's name is Stiz.
I'm gonna bring somebody up right now, right? For y'all, I want everybody to give a round of applause for his baby mom, Barbie. Give it up for her, y'all. Give it up. Give it up for her, y'all. Hold on. She about to come up. She got something she want to say to this deadbeat. I adopted your son last week. I adopted your son last week. Hold on. She got court records for this. She got court. I adopted your son last week. I can't wait to see you get mad. Get mad. I adopted your son last week. She team scared. They kick up all you.
So yeah, adopted the man's son last week. Now I don't know, what the situation is. I guess he didn't have custody. I don't know. That's not for us to figure out and stuff. But that's got to be like, hopefully he's a good father and takes care of the kid. But that's got to be like the most disrespectful thing you can do to someone before a fight, right? When
Yeah.
literally adopt their kid.
There's no coming back from that. You gotta knock the guy out now, or it's just double embarrassing.
Can you
That's what
imagine?
they call messy nowadays.
Yeah.
The
Can
whole
you
thing.
imagine
'Cause-
if he gets his ass whooped and the guy took his kid? And I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he took the girl too. I don't. Maybe they weren't together still. I don't know. But that's a triple threat. You lose all three: the woman, the kid, and the fight. That's not good if you're that guy.
Yeah, I wonder if and how does the kid and the mom agree to that? Are they just being petty, or do they get paid, or maybe it's
No
not
idea.
real?
That's the thing too. I
Just
thought
the fact she's
adoption.
hugging him, though.
I thought adoption took forever, like years you had to go through and processes and all kinds of stuff. I can't imagine Wally
I don't
and
know.
Gillo had a lead up to this fight like Mayweather Pacquiao for like a year or two, So like, when did this process start that he knew he was going to fight this guy and adopt his kid? And if you're the kid, you're rooting for biological dad, or you want to start things off good
No.
with stepdad now.
Your stepdad, 1000%. If you're going in public and doing all that in front of your dad, yeah, your team stepdad for sure. But I'm sure it's not going to be official. They probably just signed some fake paper or something. But either way, that's pretty funny, pretty fucked up.
That is, look, we've seen Conor McGregor talk a lot of shit. Remember, like, talk about Khabib's family and stuff, and that didn't work out too well for him and his religion and stuff. If Conor fights again, I wouldn't put it past him to adopt someone's kid now.
This is like some Cobra Kai shit.
Yeah, yeah. Or polygamous marriage. I'm sure Connor will just go ahead and try to like marry the guy's wife. Oh, she's my woman too now, you know? Like
Yeah, it sounds like something he would do.
maybe, just maybe, Scotty, they can put the kid up as like some kind of prize. And the rightful fatherhood of this child now is at stake. Maybe the dad can win his kid back if he knocks the other guy out.
Yeah, they should do that.
I don't know what the court system is like there. Hopefully,
Well,
what was it?
Like I said, this is probably none of this is probably official. He's probably just using it to talk shit. But
Hopefully, it's not King. What was it? King Solomon, I think it was. That was like they were going to cut the thing in half, and like each one got one. I don't know. Let's not do that. Let's not do this. You know, with
custody
that.
match.
Yeah. Yes.
Have the girl in the graphic.
Custody match, and you just have like the Maury Povich like background camera and the kids there, and he's just like waiting to see his guy's backpack like packed up. Like, whose house am I going to tonight?
You use that soundbite whenever they announce the winner. You are the father.
Yes, yes. This is the one case I think where you see two guys and they're both competing to be the dad. You know, it's the other way around on Maury Povich. This must be a hell of a kid. I'm rooting for you, buddy. Have a good life. Either way, just know that if somebody messes with you, you got two guys that can throw hands for you. So you got that going for you in life, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy. Well, maybe we can put Chris up for adoption. Maybe another podcast can adopt him. I don't think anyone wants him, but you know,
who's going to fight for him though?
I'm sure we could find a woman of stature, of sizable stature.
The correctional officers that watch him when he's picking up
roadkill
litter on the street. Yeah.
It is getting cold. It is very cold. He needs somewhere warm to sleep. So we may be able to hook him up with a big mama or two there. So, all right. Well, that'll do it. That'll wrap things up for us this evening. Tracking back to the bets, you had Alabama. We're all on Alabama plus the 1.5 here. And then on the Thursday night football, I am on the under along with you, and Chris has Seattle money line
-1.
This one here.
Yeah, money line.
Yeah, money line.
Yeah,
yep.
money line. Yep.
So make sure to join us back here Saturday morning, 9 a.m. for the Doing Lines podcast. We'll get you ready for the other 3 games. Got a triple header on Saturday of the college football playoff. Also, week 15. I think it is in the National Football League, including Saturday games in the NFL. So we'll get to that as well. It's week 16 actually in the NFL. So yeah, we'll get you ready for that. And when's the Logan Paul fight?
Yeah.
No, that's Friday night. So quick thought on that. Winner? Are you watching? Or are you betting?
I don't know if it's a real fight, because if you look at the odds, like Anthony Joshua is heavily favored, but then you have the rumors of basically a take it easy clause in the fight. So I don't know. I can't bet on that. Maybe I'll bet on it to go to distance. I'll have to look at those odds. It's probably pretty good odds, but yeah, I just don't know if it's a real fight or not. Because I can't imagine that Jake Paul would take this fight if he knew Anthony Joshua was going to take it 100% serious, because he would kill him. So yeah, I see it just being Joshua coming out there throwing some jabs, some 1-2s, and not really trying to hurt him, and probably winning a decision. But yeah, you can't. I don't see how you can bet on that unless you're just throwing some type of lottery ticket out there.
That's what I did today. All you need is one, Scotty. All you need is one punch in boxing or combat sports, any sort of combat sports. I got Jake Paul at plus 750 on Bally earlier today. So yeah, Jake Paul
not?
Plus 750.
If it was a real fight, there's no way. But it's probably going to. Jake Paul is still kind of I respect him in some aspects, but he is also a dickhead, and he'll probably put this clause in to where Joshua can't fight for real, but then he's going to come out like swinging.
Yeah.
And who knows? I don't see how he can knock him down. But I mean, if he catches him, who knows? Maybe. Or who knows what the judges are going to do.
Yeah, you never know in boxing, especially something as shady and corrupt as this fight seems like it's going to be. So you never know. With Netflix,
if it's a real fight, Joshua kills him.
they're probably going to score it whatever makes for the better rematch clause, whatever makes for better ratings for Netflix. So if there's some shenanigans afoot, give me the Paul brothers there. What's their betting app? Is it Better? Is their betting app?
Better. Yeah.
Maybe I should
Better.
put my money on.
It's also crazy that not crazy, but Jake Paul says, "Oh, we don't have odds." Like, yes, you do, because you bet an amount to win a certain amount. That's what you call odds. Even if you don't say plus 200 or whatever, you have like the multipliers or whatever it is. I don't know. I don't use Better, but it's probably like times 0.25 your money. Like those are odds. That's plus 250. That's all that is. So you don't have odds.
Getting into the gray area, like with the prediction markets.
Yeah. How do you go from fighting Tank Davis and then that gets canceled to Anthony Joshua, who's like 5 times Tank Davis's size, but also closer to Jake Paul's size than Tank Davis is?
As long as the check clears, sir. You got that direct deposit set up with Netflix. That money goes into the account. Doesn't matter. So
he is a good boxer to be a YouTuber turned boxer. I'll give him that.
Yeah.
But Joshua kills him if it's a real fight. It's round 1, round 2.
It's not his usual list of tomato cans that he's fought so far for the most part. So, all right, well, we'll see what happens.
Either, so.
That is what, tomorrow evening, I want to say?
Friday. Is it Friday?
No, yeah, Friday. I keep thinking today's Thursday. So yeah, Friday evening. So we'll see. Maybe we'll react to that Saturday morning if some crazy shenanigans happen there. But all right, we'll see you Saturday morning back here at 9 a.m. for Doing Lines. Until then, watch this awful ODU South Florida game. Peace.
Sure.